Hi, now in this video we are going to see how to construct a hyperbola using a special method. As on the screen you can see the question: draw a hyperbola having the double ordinate of 100 mm and the abscissa of 60 mm and the transverse axis of 160 mm. So here they give us the three conic terms. One is the double ordinate and one more is the abscissa and the transverse axis. In the previous video we saw how to construct a hyperbola using a general method. In the general method we just need eccentricity and the distance of focus from the directrix. But here what about these three terms? So first let us know first these three and then we can move to construction procedure. You can see here this is a right circular cone. When the right circular cone you cut with a section plane, you will get two branches of hyperbola. You can see this is one hyperbola and this is one more hyperbola. You can see that this is one branch of hyperbola and another one is this branch of hyperbola, and this is the exactly this apex point is the center point for both the branches of hyperbola, this apex point. Now after this one you can see that yes, this is one branch of hyperbola and this is another branch of hyperbola. So this is the vertex 1 for one branch of hyperbola, vertex for second branch of hyperbola. D1 dash, this is directrix for this hyperbola. D2 dash, this directrix for this hyperbola. You can see that always a hyperbola or a parabola will have focus points, whereas for ellipse two focus points. Coming to this hyperbola, this is the focus point, and coming to this hyperbola, this is the focus point, and coming to this hyperbola, this is one asymptote and this is one asymptote. For this one also the same will apply. The asymptotes where it is meeting, this is called as center point. Just now I said right here the apex point, this one, this is the center one. Now already in the parabola you know that the chord which is perpendicular to the axis, the chord KL, IJ, GH, EF, all these are the chords of a hyperbola. Because why we are saying it as double ordinate? Because these chords are perpendicular to the principal axis. The chords which are perpendicular to the principal axis are called as double ordinates, IJ, KL, GH, EF. Though you can see that especially I mentioned EF, KL are lattice rectum. Though it is a double ordinate, the double ordinate which passes through the focus point is called as the lattice rectum. That's why we named it as EF and KL as lattice rectums. Though it is a double ordinate, but it passes through the focus. That's why it is called as lattice rectum. And now the main point is V1, V2 is transverse axis. The distance from this vertex to this vertex is known as transverse axis. Please remember, AB is called as the principal axis, whereas the distance between the V1 vertex of this hyperbola to vertex of this hyperbola, this distance is called as transverse axis. Okay, the axis which is perpendicular to the transverse axis is called as conjugate axis. Conjugate axis, that is C and D. So hope now we got an idea what is double ordinate and what is transverse axis. What about abscissa? Already we discussed in the parabola. The shortest distance or the nearest distance between the vertex to the double ordinate from V2 to this one, or suppose if you are having one more double ordinate, from this distance to this one is called as abscissa, from this to this abscissa, from this to this abscissa, that is called as abscissa. Now with these three parameters we are going to construct. Done. First let us take the procedure. Draw an axis OD where O is the center of the hyperbola. Okay, let me draw a line, a normal line. just a normal one. Dynamic text, I am making that 6 0. Okay, this is O, and general normally I am giving D. Okay, done. Next, mark vertex V on OD from O, that is OV equals to half of the transverse axis length. Just now I said to you guys V1O, V2 is not fully called as transverse axis, but here we are drawing only one branch of hyperbola, so that's why I need to look at this point. So in the question, whenever they are giving the transverse axis, to draw a one branch of hyperbola, half of the distance you need to take it. That's it. OV2 will be the half of the transverse axis. Okay, what is the transverse axis? 160 mm. Now take PO from, this is the base point, and on the same line 80. You can measure dimension, style, modify, arrow size is 3, text let me take it as 5, primary units 0. Okay, close. See, perfectly I mark these points. So this point is Ctrl C, Ctrl V. This point is vertex. Very good. Now mark abscissa on OD from vertex V such that Vx equals to abscissa length. What is the length? Abscissa length they gave 60 mm. So again PO from this point I am taking it as a 40. It should be on the same line, that's why PO from forty or 60. Yeah, abscissa is 60. Let's check it out once again. Perfect. Let me delete this one, later we can give. And this point is the abscissa. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. X. Okay. Now through X draw double ordinate AB with the given length. Okay, let me do it now. What is the double ordinate length? 100 mm. Take a line 100 mm. That's it. Double ordinate, we finished it. Next, we need to place the double ordinate through X, not the vertex V here. Next, construct a rectangle ABCD such that BC equals to DA equals to VX and CD equals to AB. Okay. Now let me give the text here for the rectangle A B. Okay, now take the line where it should be, this one, this one, this one, this one. Draw one more line. Sorry. Okay, let me remove that extra portion. Done. TR, enter. Okay. Perfectly, we constructed the rectangle. Now let's give the name. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. done. AB, BC, and this is D. You can see guys, such that BC equals to DA, BC equals to DA, perfect. And then CD equals to AB, CD equals to AB. So successfully we constructed. And now you can see that divide DA and AX into same number of equal parts. So divide DA, I am going to divide this one as 4 parts because I am taking more points for to obtain a smoother curve. That's why. The same divide AX into okay, it's a single entity here. Let me break at point at this point because I want to divide only AX, not the AB. Divide, select this point, 4 parts, perfect. So divide DA and AX into same number of parts, finished. Mark the divisions on XA as 1, 2, 3, 4 from X to A. From XA as 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, dynamic text. I need to mark these points. 6 is there. Let me take 3, 0. 1, 2, 3. And from here you can draw 1 dash, 2 dash, and then 3 dash. You can see. I need to mark the divisions on AX from X as 1, 2, 3, not in the reverse order. The same I did it, 1, 2, 3 from X. Mark the divisions on DA as 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash from D to A. From D to A, I mark this one. Very nice. Draw the lines from 1, 2, 3 to O. This is O. So now from 1 to O, two to O, and then 3 to O. Nice. Next, draw the lines from 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash to V. Take the line from 1 dash to V, 2 dash to V, and 3 dash to V. Now you can see guys, 1 O and 1 dash V, this intersection point should be marked here. This one, PO. It's very dominating. Let me change the size. Already P type is 3. Let me go for 2. Okay. Now PO, this point, the one O2 and V2 dash. The next one O3 and V3 dash. Perfect. Unnecessary lines, if you want to terminate, you can do it for our Now take M text, P1 dash, suffix. Already it's 3. Copy, switch off the auto, place it here, place it here, place it here. P1 dash, P2 dash, P3 dash. Finished. Now after marking the intersection points, what we need to do? Mirror the intersection points of half of the parabola along the abscissa to get the other half. So now this is half of the hyperbola points. To get the another one, select the point, corresponding notation, select the point, corresponding notation, select the point, corresponding notation, mirror MI, enter along the abscissa. So V and X, no. So this is P1 dash, this is P1, P2, P3. Perfect. Now what I am going to do is that instead of drawing from the vertex, I am starting from the double ordinate. You can see that draw a smooth curve using spline through all the points P1, P2, P3. Yeah, it will pass through all the points, but always in the parabola also I did the same. Here also we are going to do the same. Take the spline curve, start with the double ordinate A, and then go to the P3, P2, P1 dash and vertex point of the hyperbola. This one, this, and then in the same direction press spacebar. Perfect. We successfully constructed the hyperbola using a rectangular abscissa ordinate method. Perfect. That's it. Now let's give the dimensions. This is the abscissa and this is off of the transverse axis, and this is the double ordinate. Okay, this line is very bigger one. Let me take into inside. So with this we completed construction of a hyperbola using a rectangular method of abscissa ordinate method. That's it, guys.